Hello guys, it's Max here from Daily Market Movements. Welcome to another episode where today we're going to be analysing the S&P 500 followed by the Nasdaq100 and the Dow Jones 30. Let's get started with today's video by analysing the S&P 500. We're seeing some weakness across the board here with all three major US indices trading towards the downside. For the S&P 500, we're down 1.25% here, trading below 4,400. The good news is that from a technical perspective, I don't really see too much damage occurring here. You know, we have that 0.618 fib area, which sits at around 4,345. So, you know, that's an area of support which I don't expect to break. If we were to break below that, then of course we'd probably go and test a 50-day EMA, which sits at just below 4,300. You know, it's not really until we break below the 50-day EMA that I will start to become, you know, slightly concerned here. So this is just this is just typical, you know, going back and filling. I think if we look at the S&P 500 on a shortened time frame, you know, looking back over the past couple of days, in fact, it's very clear to me that we currently find ourselves trading within this Elliott Wave structure, where we've had the first leg, second, third, fourth, and I think that we'll probably have a fifth wave, which will take us up towards, let's say, around 4,500. So this is the, you know, the current Elliott Wave structure that I see playing out here for the S&P 500. And for those who have studied Elliott Wave structures before, you'll know that the fourth wave typically cannot go below the first wave. That's the top of the first wave. So that's very good news, because that would indicate that there's not much more downside, and that also comes in line with the 200-day EMA on the 2-hour chart as well, where we currently find ourselves trading. So this is an area where I do expect you know, the bulls to step back in and to come up and buy the markets here. And then moving over to the Nasdaq100, very similar to the S&P 500. In my own humble opinion, we currently find ourselves trading within this very small Elliott Wave structure pattern. We have the fourth wave, and I think that the fifth wave will probably likely take us up towards 15,400. And if we just quickly zoom out on that daily chart, you will see that 15,400 represents a 0.78 6 fib area. So this is an area where I have been saying for some time that I do expect the Nasdaq100 to trade to. I think it's very important to understand that this market has gone a very long way in a very short period of time. In fact, even if we were to pull back down towards a 50-day EMA, that would represent a 5% decline from current levels. So don't freak out during trading sessions like today, where you see the market's down 1.3%, which is very normal. And as well, I just want to point out that we are trading on a, you know, during a shortened trading week, so there's lower liquidity in the markets, and you do typically you know, see the market trend towards the downside during weeks like this. I also wanted to quickly discuss the data that we received during today's trading session. We had the ADP data. Which of course was a lot stronger than expected. We had, I think it was like 497k, so 497,000 jobs that were created in the previous month when it comes to services, compared to 225,000 expected. So significantly high, and it just goes to show how strong this economy is. So of course, the market has taken that as slightly negative news. We've had, we now have the CMC survey coming in at a 91% chance of a rate hike this month, and that's why we are seeing the markets come under a little bit of pressure during today's trading session. But I do believe that this is going to be a dip that does ultimately get bought. Moving over to the Dow Jones 30, you know, again, we continue to kind of phase out of this inverted head and shoulders pattern, which I'm going to get rid of now. But again, we continue to find support here at the 50-day EMA. So this is an area where I would be expected buyers to step back in. It's an area where I would be willing to buy the Dow Jones 30. In fact, I myself and my signal team do have a buy trade open still in the Dow Jones 30, and I do expect us to continue to find support around this area. Of course, we also have the 0.618 fib area, which sits around here as well. So this is an area where I do expect buyers to hop back in to send us back up towards the swing highs of recent weeks, which sit around 34,500. If we can break above those recent swing highs, then I think that opens up the doors to higher gains up towards 35,000. Guys, if you've enjoyed today's video, as well as you know, many of my other forecasts that I throw out here on YouTube, then please do not hesitate to scan this QR code on your screen. It will take you to my website, where you can sign up to my free trading signal service. It's completely free of charge to join. There's no catches at all, and it literally takes 10 seconds to sign up.